In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a dot plot. A dot plot is a very, very simple graph to indicate the number of occurrences of a particular value. Let's take this data set I have here on the left of the screen, X1. We'll just pretend that these are ages of students in my class. I just go down the line. First student is 17 years old, then 19, then 19, then 18, then 21, then 22, and so on. And I just go through the class and I collect their ages. All right, we're going to create a dot plot, but remember that every graph has to begin with two things. First, it has to have a scale that encompasses the range of my data. So let's find out what's the smallest value in my data set. So I'm going to find the minimum value of X1, which is 17, and the maximum value of X1 is 24. So I need a data set that will encompass that range. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to open up this, the settings. I'm not going to have negative numbers. In fact, the lowest part of my range is 17. So if I start at, we'll say 15, let's get rid of that negative. And then the maximum value is 24. So we need to go up higher than that. We'll say 30. We'll go from 15 to 30. That encompasses the range, which is going to be 17 is my minimum, 24 is my maximum. The range is included in this number line. Now, the y-axis, essentially, we're going to have a dot for every single occurrence of that number. So we don't really need negatives. I'm going to do a little bit of negative. Let's see. Well, I'll do it like that, somewhere around there, just so that we can see the number line here. And then how many occurrences do we have of each number? I don't know. I'd have to go through and count each number. Which is honestly a good thing to do. We'll just say it's 8. I'll tell you what. Just to make sure, I'm going to make that 9 and move it up a bit. All right. Okay, there we go. We've got scales for the x-axis and for the y-axis. The y-axis, again, is just a count, so really all you need is the number of dots above that number. But now the second thing you need is a label. We need to label our axes. So what are the numbers on the x-axis? These numbers on the x-axis represent ages of students in my class. So ages of students in my class. There we go. So the x-axis is now labeled. What is the y-axis? Well, the y-axis is just simply a count of the number of dots in each category. All right, now let's just simply do a dot plot. I can show you how to do it, but if I show it to you, I think it'll be pretty self-explanatory. There you go, there's your dot plot. If you look through the data, there are 2 points that are two students who have an age of 17. So 1, 2. All right, one student has the age of 18. 5 students have an age of 19, 5 students have an age of 20, 2 have an age of 21, 2 have an age of 22, and there's 1 that has an age of 24. Okay, that's really what a dot plot is. Basically, the number of dots indicates how the count for each value. Now, this looks very, very similar to something else that we'll see later on, and that is a bar graph. You could just use bars. Dot plots are used occasionally. I still see them around, but more often than not, I see a bar graph instead. And just the height of the bar indicates the count for that particular value. Bar graphs are traditionally used for categorical variables, but they can be used for a specific number as well. They are the same thing as a dot plot, really. So there you go. There is a dot plot, and used for graphing quantitative variables. And we have more to show you coming up in our next video.